to the farm that we were working at yesterday. We're going to continue to haul corn out of the grain bins. Right now the local elevator is in need of corn because no one's selling any with the low price, so they kind of bumped their cash price a little bit just to try to fill, I'm assuming, their rail contract. So we're going to have to haul some corn to town anyways, so we decided to go ahead and pull a few loads out of the bins. It's still raining, so hopefully we don't have any more water issues. I don't know if it's rained enough yet for that to be as big of an issue as it was yesterday, but yeah, we've got probably a few hours worth of hauling at this place, and then the other grain bins, we're going to haul some out of there as well. So hopefully the weather can hold out and we don't get drowned in water again. Just have to wait and see how that goes. I'll walk over here and check the leg pit and the unload auger for see if there's any water in them, see what the damage is. Alright, it's just the bottom of the floor is just damp. There's no standing water, so it's a plus. Let's check this thing, see if there's anything in it. Just for the record, we call it the doghouse. I don't know why, it's what it's been called the whole time I've been around here. Alright, it appears to be dry. Some water back here, but that's to be expected. I mean, it's as low as we can get the water in there because of that suck pump, but the water's staying out of that gearbox and staying out of the augers. So that's the main thing we're trying to keep from happening. Before I start everything up and everything gets real noisy, I thought I'd tell you how we load corn out of this facility. I know you've probably seen some of it in yesterday's video, but go a little bit more in depth on that. So all of these grain bins, the ones over on this side, all of them except for this far one, are all connected back to the leg. So they all have an unloader in the middle of them, which that's the unloader for this bin. It's a pit that's in the middle of that bin, and we can control how far open that hole is right here. Well, that drain, or that's you turn this motor or this auger on, pulls grain out of the middle of the grain bin, pulls it over here to this leg, and shoots it up there. And then when we load out, we put it in the same bin we would to dry corn, except there is a valve that can be turned. The valve is down in there, which directs the corn either to the dryer or out to that pipe right there, which is our unloader. So obviously we have that turned to unload, and that's how we can unload over at this facility. It makes it nice and convenient. You can unload while it's raining. I mean, right now it's a drizzly day and it's not going to matter. As long as it's not really raining super hard, we should be able to haul out of here. All these other bins on this side of the drive-through, they are connected to the leg inside of this doghouse I was telling you about. You can also do things like blend corn this way, or blend beans if you've got some that maybe aren't keeping the way you want, or maybe a little higher moisture than you wanted. You can blend that in with dry corn. So all in all, it's a pretty convenient system. You'll see at the other place without a leg how we do it, and it's not quite as convenient. It's a lot more simple, but not as convenient, not as easy to use. So like whenever I'm getting ready to start pumping up that wet bin right now, so the first thing I'm going to do is walk over here. I'm going to check my consigner. It is on number 1 wet, which is where we want it. I'm going to turn on the leg. And then I'm going to turn on unloader number 1, which is the one we're pulling out of today. So it looks like it's working pretty well. The same way when we're drying corn, it's got these lights in here. It tells how full the bin is. So right now we're only about 1/3 of the way full. If you have someone here keeping that wet bin full, one person can haul. We can probably haul 8 loads a day if we really push it. And the only problem is it takes a long time to pump that wet bin up. So now I'm just going to sit here and wait. George has already left with a load. He's sitting in line at Cargill right now, I'm sure. So I'll have him a load pumped up by the time he gets here, and then eventually I'll probably start hauling when Dad gets here. Dad just stopped over. He's got to go up to our local GSI dealer to get a new fan motor for that fan because it ain't working. Definitely got to get that on there today so we can cool this grain out. It's been sitting there for a couple days. It's prime grain rotting temperatures right now. So hopefully we can get that today and everything will work again. Here's what the inside of a fan transition looks like. This bin has a false floor, meaning that those metal stands are sitting on concrete, which is the foundation of the bin, and then I think they're perhaps a foot maybe. There's a metal floor that's got holes in it. That way that fan can blow air up through the bin a little bit easier and get better airflow. George got back quicker than I thought. Didn't even have time to edit yesterday's video, so hopefully we can get some stuff done. When you haul grain to an elevator, they give you a printout of how much you weighed, how much they took of it, the moisture, the test weight, dockage, corn material. Basically, they give you a thing that grades your corn, shows you what all, I guess the statistics of it. But here's the ticket. We always get 2 copies. Come in here, we always write everything down that's on the ticket, valuable information that we'd want to know to keep track of at the grain bins themselves. But I have these sheets made up that we have the date, the time. By the time, I mean the time that truck crossed their scales or their probe. We have the destination, so you know which elevator you took it to, how many bushels were on the truck, the test weight of the truck, the moisture of the corn or the beans in the truck, the dockage, which by dockage I mean how many bushels they took as a penalty for your corn being too wet or having too much corn material, what bin number it came out of, the ticket number, each ticket has a number, and who was driving the truck. This information is valuable in case there is any kind of discrepancy with your ticket. Sometimes, especially in harvest when everybody's real busy, you might not notice it, but your ticket will be wrong, or you'll get a ticket for somebody else or something along those lines. By having all this information, just makes it easier to keep track if something like that happens. So we always make sure to write everything down. Well, I've got 3 loads hauled this morning, so I think me and George are going to get something to eat now. Looks like it's about to start raining again, though. Did you get a new fan motor?
I got it. Scissors? Really?
Alright, here we go. Let's see what happens. And it ain't working. Well, still no dice, so I think we're going to have to call an electrician. At least we got some good help now. Me and George were sitting there talking while we were loading this last load out, and we started hearing stuff hitting the roof, it sounded like. I looked up there and one of our temporary harvest fixes had fell apart. And yes, that was black duct tape I'm wrapping around a steel pipe coming out to unload or to load our trucks out here with. It's one of them temporary fixes that needs to get fixed right. Will it get fixed right? I hope so. I don't know when though. Hey guys, we got done with the corn we had to haul out of here, and now I'm gonna walk over and take a look at my combine. I got some work I gotta do on it before we start beans. Hopefully we'll be able to be in beans next week, depending on the moisture and whatnot and the weather. So I'm gonna go over and check it out and try to get it taken care of while we're rained out of the fields. You say we just about got sprayed by a skunk?
The gun is in my truck. It's in, huh?
Right, this cable, the wire inside of it is broken. And it adjusts or it plugs down into there. That's called the lower sieve. This is the top sieve. To get to it, we got to take this out, or at least block it up.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I get the magnet off. Holy shit.
Alright, we got the sieve ready to come out of there. I think, maybe not. At least enough that I can get in here. Alright, this cable, somewhere in it has a short or a break in the line or something. This is the replacement cable. And I think we're ready to put it back in there now. So if there's any kids watching, you might learn a few new words.
Hey, get out of there. How much what?
Alright, now we're going to test our sieves. See if we got the problem fixed. Alright, looks like we got it working. I think we're going to manually adjust it a little bit to get it to actually be 0.
Yeah!
See you, George. Alright, we got the sieve adjusted where we want it, I think. So now we just got to put all the pieces back together and should be it for that. So now we just got to fix my draper head and do some greasing, and I think this combine will be ready to roll. Good as new, ain't it?
Good as new.
Alright, we got it all put back together. Checking my adjustments on the machine. Both of my sieves are adjusting now, so that's good. That went substantially smoother than I was expecting, but I think that's it for today. We got the corn hauled. We needed to get hauled out of here. We got some more corn to haul at the other farm tomorrow, and then we've got a couple other things to do on our draper heads to get them ready for beans, and hopefully we can knock that all out tomorrow and maybe be back in the corn Friday afternoon sometime is the plan. But hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.